absolute zoo today. There's a person on every machine. It's really difficult to film when the gym is as busy. So. Next video will have a workout in it. I'm sorry. It was just so busy in here.
You said we had it all, that shit would drive me crazy. Cause outside is no feelings, baby. You say it's hard to tell what I've been thinking lately, but behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love. You said we had it all, that shit would drive me crazy. Cause outside is no feelings, baby. You say it's hard to tell what I've been thinking lately, but behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love. But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hi guys, welcome to the video today. I did not get too much footage at the gym because it was a zoo. I think you filmed, right?
I managed to get one of everything. I don't know how. Okay,
he did it. He has a better tripod than me. No excuses, no excuses. But headed home, we stopped at the juice store.
Yeah.
So this has kale, and kale. No, I'm just kidding. It has like different kinds of lettuce and then lemon in it. And it just tastes like a garden. So I'm gonna put some stevia in it when I get home. I don't know, I can do it. Like, I like these. They're delicious, but it just tastes like I'm eating grass. So, I'm gonna have this. Tastes like ass.
Swiss chard into ass.
I don't know how people do the juice cleanses thing. I don't understand. I never will. Yes, there's micronutrients as fuck in this, but it's just like, gotta have real food too, and then also like taste is a big thing with food. So this is healthy, lots of greens in here, but I'm gonna make it taste a little bit better. Post-workout meal, it's gotta be one of my favorite meals. Brian and I have been obsessed with blackened chicken, so that was the seasoning that you put together. Paprika, cumin, thyme, cayenne, onion powder, pepper, salt. So we put the seasoning on the chicken, guac, peppers, lettuce, beans, and riced cauliflower. So probably like 20 carbs in that whole roll. Oh, probably more because of the beans, never mind, like 30 or so. And I'll put the macros on the screen for you. We are at the office. Actually, where my friend Brendan Meyer's office is, his entire office. He has like a separate office at the same space that I work out of, but I don't have like my own little room like he does. But in the big room over there, they're having a concert. So it's a Saturday. I guess most people aren't really working today, but we are. So when I come up with topics for videos, I think the biggest thing that helps me, if I'm not just like vlogging my day and like talking through whatever I'm doing, if I'm just doing like a sit down talk video, most of the videos come from either questions from my clients, and I'm like, okay, if someone else is asking them that is working with me, someone who might not be working with me probably has the same issue, the same struggle, and wants to hear the same answer. And then I also just get them from like Instagram comments and comments in the YouTube comment section, stuff like that. So that's where most of my topics come from. I'm like, okay, this person is interested in this, and like I'm getting these kinds of questions really often. Okay. This camera just died, so we're using the other camera. Like I was saying, the other thing that brings about my video topics is the thing that I want to learn the most, because when you teach something, even if you're not an expert at it yet, if you tell somebody else something that you just learned, you learn it better, you absorb it better. So that's a lot of the time where most of my video creation ideas have stemmed from whenever I talked about something directly with you guys. So that being said, today I want to talk a little bit about, like I have in the thumbnail, top 3 things that I wish I knew when I first got started building my business. Honestly, they might not be the top 3 things. I just thought of 3 things. There's probably a list of like 20 things that I can think of right now that I can share with you guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in learning more about the things that I wish I knew, or like the struggles that you might be going through, write stuff in the comments section, give the video a thumbs up, let me know. I will do more videos like this, but just let me know if you guys are interested in it. I know some of you are, some of you aren't, but let me know. So number 1 thing I wish I knew when I first got started with business is to really focus on the people. So this isn't necessarily something that I didn't do, because when I first got started with social media, I didn't plan on it being a business. So I was always focused on people. I commented back to everybody, but it wasn't a business. It wasn't like me trying to create a business. So I think what I see other people doing and stuff that I've done in the middle of my business journey, I guess you could say, is that I was focused on the product, how to market it, all of that kind of stuff, and then being so busy doing all of my own things plus regular life that I wasn't so focused on the customers and the people that I'm speaking to. So I think I do a pretty good job at it. I know that that's actually almost always in the forefront of my mind when I'm focusing on business, but something that I see a lot of people doing is just thinking of the next thing to create, or thinking of the best way to market it, and like just thinking of people as numbers. And when you think of people that way, it's kind of important for business to think of numbers. Obviously, that's like, I can't believe I just said that. That is the most important thing when it comes to starting a business. Businesses are created to build revenue and to be profitable. You're not just starting a business just for fun. You're doing it because you want to make a living on it, or have like a side revenue stream or something like that. But a lot of people aren't focused on the customers, really figuring out what they want. Are you talking to them? Are you actually focused on getting on the phone with customers? Are you communicating with people? Do you actually care what they have to say? Do you care what their biggest problems are? Are you showing them that you care about that stuff? And focusing on the people is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to business if you are involved directly with customers, unless you're obviously a business to business. So you're focused on doing business deals with other businesses and companies, kind of like sponsorships, which goes into our next thing. But if you're focused on doing a business to customer, which is called B2C, I think it is. If you're focused on working with customers, clients, stuff like that, then really like spend time, especially if you're a startup. You have the time, you have more time. If you have less clients, give them everything they could possibly need. Like over deliver for those people, because those are the people that are going to spread the message of what you're doing and share it with their friends, and they're going to be your only connection to a reputation. So number 2 is going to be, don't wait for other people to give you a big break, and don't wait for opportunities. So I think the other biggest thing that frustrates me so badly is people just asking, how do you get a sponsorship? How do you get sponsored? What do sponsors look for? And people are just like, they think that sponsorships are the end all be all to making money on social media or online, and it's actually not building a business, it's building another person's business. I think sponsorships are great. I've clearly done a lot of them. They come through my email every single day, and you have to debate whether or not, once you get to a certain point, whether or not the opportunity is great enough for you to do it, along with how much does it make sense for you. So there's always like a business transaction going on. But when it comes to sponsorships, don't wait for sponsorships to come to you. Build yourself up so much where companies can't ignore you if that's what you're really, really after. But number 2, what's something that you can build for yourself? Like, what kind of company or what kind of business do you want to conduct that will allow you to feel fulfilled that's yours? Like, if you're making an income off of just sponsorships, which is at one point, that's what I was doing. About a year ago, I wasn't doing fitness coaching anymore. And I was like phasing out of fitness coaching because I was just like, you know what? I don't feel super connected to this. And then I was just living off my sponsorships. I was prepping. I had like minimal energy. And I was like, you know what? This is good for now. But after that, I was like, okay, I know that this is not a long-term thing. Like the internet might not be around forever, which is something that people say, but it's actually a complete lie because it's only going like this. But either way, I want to build something for myself, and that's what's going to be long-term and sustainable. And there's so much room for growth, and there's so much room for things to change, and there's so much room to expand and all that stuff. So I wanted to start my own businesses. I wanted to work with clients again, but I also have all these other ideas in the future for myself that is based off of me building something on my own and not just hoping other people are going to give me a paycheck. It's kind of like working for a corporate company versus working for yourself. Any kind of company may or may not go out of business, and you don't want to rely on just a company if you're solely focused on that, or just social media, or just Instagram, or just a post here or a post there. It can also make you feel really unfulfilled if you're just focused on that. I know I felt that a little bit when I was super focused on it. And this is not to say that sponsorships are bad. They're an amazing, amazing thing. Influencer marketing is going to skyrocket in the future. More and more people are going to be doing it. So if that's something that you're seeing pop up more and more and more, it's really just that companies understand that everyone's vying for people's attention. Like Netflix is vying for your attention. YouTube Red has created their own original video series, so they're vying for your attention. YouTube ads are vying for your attention. All these big companies are just looking for customers' attention so they can potentially get their product seen and heard, because again, it's a business and they want people to see their products, and that's it. So influencers are people that have an audience already that trust them. It's the perfect place for companies to put their products in front of. So that being said, I wouldn't just focus on waiting for that. I would focus on building something for yourself, figuring out what you can do, and then being so great on what you do and just fucking kicking ass so much that companies do reach out to you. And that's just a perk, and that's just extra for you. And number 3, I want to talk a little bit about an Instagram post I made. It's the one where I am in gray pants and I'm turned around and I have a sports bra on, and I talk about relatability on my Instagram. It's going to be right here. And relatability apparently isn't a word according to my spell check, but what I wanted to talk about, and what we all had good conversations on there, whoever commented, we had just like such good back and forth conversation about the topic of relatability. So this isn't necessarily just like how to start a business tip. It's more of like a how to represent yourself on social media tip, or how people do, or what the different options are. And there's an idea of being relatable, right? So being someone that is authentic and genuine, and that your viewer, or like someone who follows you, can feel like they can relate to you. For me, I know I can relate to people who share like the shitty things that happen to you during the day, but also obviously I don't want people who are just talking about shitty things and just being negative all the time, because bad things happen to everybody. But the people that I can relate to most are when those bad things happen to them. I'm like, oh, okay, phew, like I feel better. They also might share what they're doing about it, and how the situation isn't like they're not letting the situation affect their day, because it's really all about how you react to things that are emotionally connected to somebody, but like meeting people on their level, right? So like we're sharing certain ideas and thoughts, and you're like, okay, I completely agree with that, or that's something that I can relate to, or that's something that I feel connects to me and to my life. So yes, I think this person could be a friend of mine, so I'm going to keep watching them or following them or whatever. But there's also something that is on the other end of the spectrum. A couple of people commented on this on my videos recently about not being relatable anymore, because maybe there's some things that I'm going through in my life that are no longer relatable to people that are watching. So that's another thing, is that there's also this level of maybe people that aren't relatable at all, but are in a place that you want to be. So maybe not just me, but maybe someone who you follow, or someone who has a following, is really good at, is like super, super strong, or has a really amazing voice, or is really good at like magic, or has all these like awesome thoughts and ideas about social media and entrepreneurship. Those are people that I follow. Like every podcast that I follow is an entrepreneurial podcast. So those people all have things that I want. So Tony Robbins, I don't think I can relate to the guy at all. He's like on this other level, but I still follow him because he's in a place that I want to be. He has probably zero sense of relatability to me. I think someone maybe like Lewis Howes is a little bit more relatable, also because I know him. That being said, there's these two spectrums of people that are awe-inspiring and on this like other level and are interesting to watch, and they're people that maybe you want to emulate in like parts of their life. And then there's also like this down-to-earth, like, I am here, I'm meeting you on your level, I'm a human too type of feeling that I think personally have to kind of come together if you want to build a business that's customer based. So if you want to build a following on social media, I think that's a really, really great thing to do. Find a way to meld relatability with being freaking awesome and being great at what you do and having people be like inspired and motivated by you or something like that, because you're awesome at what you do. So those are a few of the things that I think are super important. If you guys want to have more of a conversation about this stuff in the comment section, feel free. I would love to hear some feedback. And again, if you enjoyed this type of little sit down chat about entrepreneurial business mindset type tips, this is stuff that I could probably talk about for like a really long time. Because this is all I'm learning lately. I'm just like diving into all these books and podcasts, and this is stuff that I've been holding back on my channel because I know a lot of people aren't into it really, but it's what I'm into right now, and I want to teach it because I'm learning it and I have so many ideas. So if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, let me know. Either way, I think I might be still doing stuff like this anyway because I like it, and I talked about that in the last video. Thank you guys for watching. Gotta finish some coffee. I have a podcast to record about self-love. I know that's super corny, but like it's gonna be so good, and I'm really excited. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Next video is gonna have a workout, I'm sorry. It'll be a workout with Tito. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one.